everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Matt.
Larry, we find ourselves right in the center of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Arlington and AT&T Stadium. Today, it's an early season divisional matchup.
Shoot, 1 second. Let me see who's starting, because depth chart. Why can't I? No.
In the NFC East, between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
No, I don't want him. He should not be in. Alright, Black Ops 3 it is.
Now the first NFL carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
God, man, he's such a good player.
It'll be second down.
I know most of that was me, but, you know, he's still a freaking good player.
To throw. And he hits Jason Witten, the
Jason
tight end.
Witten.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Come on, let's go.
Regular.
On the counter, Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Again, it's Elliott. Oh, look at the juke. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds his target, Terrence Williams. And he's brought down after a good gain. It's a gain of 24 that time. And that leads to a Dallas 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The give is to Elliott, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the 1st round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
Really, it's a solid draft class from a year ago. They were able to address some key weak spots on their team and fill in some holes.
And they were able to identify the players they wanted early in the process. Got a little bit of luck as some guys may have fallen to them. But for the most part, knew their philosophy and stuck to it.
And it's possible that today the most important group could be the linebackers.
Yeah, the second level, as we like to call them, right? Defensive front has to control things, but the linebackers, they do more than clean up. They help create big plays.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Now back to throw. He completes it.
First down.
And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this down to the 8.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a 1st down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Flag. Holding, probably.
Holding offense.
Called it. God dang it, man.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Drops it underneath.
Oh, shoot.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be second and goal. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
4 down. Here we go.
Here's Prescott. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Yeah, touchdown.
They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with
Wait,
running
what?
plays.
That wasn't a
And they're
touchdown?
being very successful right now.
Dang, man.
And this will be play number 10.
Are you serious? That wasn't a touchdown? Oh.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott.
There you go.
Again, touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Ezekiel had 23 rushing touchdowns last year at Ohio State, now his first in the National Football League.
And that's no surprise at all, because that's exactly why he was drafted 4th overall when he came out of Ohio State. His ability to run the football, but don't underestimate his ability to catch it as well. That's his first rushing touchdown. I think he'll add plenty in the passing game, too.
Yep.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Wow.
Beckham, the lone receiver, right. Manning now on first down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham.
Dang it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, that's the Kickstarter right there. Eli Manning finding his guy, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, it's a deadly combination, isn't it?
It really is, but what really makes it work is just how unflappable Eli is with his demeanor, able to maintain his calm and his poise. Because we know, OBJ, he can run pretty hot and get excited out there.
Sometimes just one-handed grabs for him.
It doesn't matter what it is. Just throw it up there. He'll go get it.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. They go play action for Jennings. Now Manning. He's got time in the pocket. Look at the time. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. Set alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the
not
going to
be enough.
And they were. It'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, the Giants call on Brad Wing to punt it away. Lucky Whitehead back deep for Dallas. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Here's the Giant defense now as they head back onto the field. Last drive touchdown surrendered.
See you later, man.
See if they can stop them.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Complete to
First down.
Escobar, the tight end. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's Elliott. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Now Prescott. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
One man in the backfield, Elliott. He'll get the football here.
First down.
Gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Let's go.
Back to throw. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
10th carry now for Elliott.
We'll go for a field goal.
They take him down at the 26. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now Dan Bailey, 30 of 32 in field goal tries last year. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Dang it.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a gain.
And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it.
Fumble.
Shot at the 33-yard line.
But they knocked that one free from Eli Manning, and he's not a guy who's usually fumble-prone. Usually has a pretty good sense about getting rid of the football. But in this case, they managed to knock it out of his hands.
Yeah, stat to your point, I was looking back yesterday. 3 seasons of 10-plus fumbles, but other than that, single digits. He usually takes pretty good care of the ball. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
That is caught.
Elliott, touchdown.
Ezekiel Elliott making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And it's good to make it 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
He's going to need it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And this will be a touchback, so a first chance here in week 1 to see the ball be brought out with the new rule to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29.
Oh, boy.
A big play there for the Giants. 46 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks because they gave him plenty of time to stay back there.
Nowhere.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early.
False start, offense.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Manning to throw on 2nd down. Out on the right, this is Cruz. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense.
Here we go.
So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. On play action, it's Manning surveying the field. Going up top. He dropped it.
Oh, boy.
The end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there.
Ooh, did he just
Yet
get
at the
that?
same time, you got to be ready for the short throw.
Right.
In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they try.
Dez Bryant with nothing but green grass ahead of him. A big play there just before halftime. And even 50 yards.
You can go back to Stillwater, Oklahoma, in his days as an Oklahoma State Cowboy and see very similar plays. We always talk about running backs who don't give up on a run. He doesn't give up on a catch or a run after it, does he?
Now, Dez is one of the best in the business, and as you always say, so competitive, isn't he?
Without a doubt, he's going to fight you to the nth degree for the football or for yardage.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Prescott. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. timeout by the offense. It's just
All right, let's see if we can get
so they'll
this.
have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll set up to throw. That's caught at the 3. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. Second down, the ball on the 2 here. 2nd and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. So we've reached halftime here.
I should have just got a field goal.
Very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Rashad Jennings. And he cuts it out to the sideline.
Dang it.
And all the way down to the 35. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 44 yards. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They run again with Jennings. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around.
Nope.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
As a defender, you're eager to be involved in every play. So when the action goes away from you, a lot of times you run after the ball. But in this case, what a terrific job by the defender, staying home and taking care of his responsibilities.
Here's Manning to throw. Hitting Donnell here, the tight end right side.
Nope.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And Gold is able to put it through.
All right.
Second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
Next time I'm going
So
for a
he
field
splits the
goal.
uprights
I'm not
there,
doing
and I
that
would imagine
again.
it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Come on, let's go!
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here we go!
Now Prescott. He's going to let this one go deep. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference on the defense. And Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
The offenses know what they're doing. They know how to create great matchups. And defenders, if you're not there in time, they will throw the flag.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Bryant, the lone receiver left. He'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Elliott. And he will take it in.
Touchdown.
Ezekiel Elliott now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out?
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. A nose for the end zone, 3rd time today.
And now it's blocked.
Oh, my goodness.
This is going the other way. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now? Much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
They begin the drive with Jennings on the ground. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's a really nice play, being able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Jennings. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Did he knock it out of bounds?
Doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
Wow.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And
all
that
right.
hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone.
I'll take it on the 20.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. A good pickup there, a 22. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Out left
There
side,
you go. This is Bryant.
brought down. They give him 15 more, and it's another 1st down.
The time run out. Oh.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th.
Come on, let's go.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard
first down,
and that'll make it 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
First
5
down.
yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Bryant with a catch right side. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Touchdown! Des Bryant.
Des Bryant, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
They've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have a really difficult time.
Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted.
Yeah.
And the return